In my second assignment, I had an experience which to this day is one of the most powerful experiences in my life. What had happened is I just came back from my day off, and I was in the rectory about 10 minutes when someone came to the door. They were two gentlemen there, Hispanic, very well dressed, very serious. "Father, could you come with us, please?" And they told me that they needed someone to receive the last rites. I got into the car. We traveled several cities over, and in the meantime, they explained to me what had happened. So when I arrived in the hospital room, I had a good idea of what had gone on. There I saw a young man about 21 years old, unconscious on the hospital bed, surrounded by his family, most in tears. Someone had taken the initiative of putting a brown scapular on the man, and I knew what had happened. He was brain dead. He had taken a lethal dose of cocaine, and so he was brain dead and dying. They asked me to give him the last rites, which I did. This moment where you had the whole community of his family and friends praying for him, praying that God's mercy would extend to this man, was the very core of what we believe as Catholics and the very core of what All Souls Day is about. On All Saints Day, we celebrate those who are in heaven. On All Souls Day, we pretty much celebrate everyone else, and we pray for souls. And that's a very Catholic thing to do. We pray that God's mercy will extend to this person, because God extends his mercy to everyone, and we are praying as a community that this person may receive the mercy of God. It's very key of what we are all about. Purgatory is the center of All Souls Day, and we are praying that the person may receive the mercy of God, and in purgatory they are receiving the final purging, hence the term purgatory, or purification process. St. Catherine of Siena experienced purgatory during her earthly life, and she was able to explain it to us. Is that someone who is just surrounded intensely by the love of God that is so intense that it becomes like flames in their lives, but they know this is the love of God, and it's a purifying process. Purgatory is something that is uniquely Catholic. Many of the non-Catholic Christian faiths do not believe in it because they don't have a Catholic Bible. Our understanding of purgatory comes from the book of Maccabees, which does not exist in a non-Catholic Bible. And in that book, we see that section where we see men praying for soldiers who had died. And that's where it comes from. Maccabees is also where the Jewish feast of Hanukkah is cited. So we do know these books are very much rooted in the Jewish scriptures. And so we recognize that very core of what is Catholic ministry, which is the mercy of God. You see, as Catholics, we believe in a large community, not just on earth, but in heaven and in purgatory, all focused on the salvation of souls. So we know that the saints in heaven are calling and focusing on the salvation of souls, and we too are focusing on those souls around us and also in purgatory. Padre Pio, when he was on earth, said that when he died and when he got to heaven, he would make it his ministry to be there at the bottom of the stairs, directing people up to the gates of heaven. And so the salvation of souls is key of what we are all about. Our deacon here at Holy Trinity Parish, one of our deacons, explained to the confirmation students that Saint Faustina talked about that everyone has an opportunity to receive the mercy of God, and it's always their choice whether they accept it or reject it. That whole concept of mercy is very Catholic. There are people, even within the Catholic Church, who see a focus on heaven and hell, and they don't focus on purgatory. Ironically, liberals say that everyone's going to heaven, and conservatives say that almost everyone's going to hell. But we as Catholics recognize that whole concept of extending the mercy to all, and that's our mission, being missionaries for Christ, letting people know the mercy of God. And so All Souls Day is the very core of that mission. And so we pray for souls on this day. The All Souls Day Mass is the church's annual funeral. We have literally celebrating a funeral this day, and it's the church's annual funeral, praying for the salvation of souls. So when we think of All Souls Day, we remember those who are in heaven, who we recognize on All Saints Day, but then we recognize those who are in need of purification, which are the souls in purgatory, which we recognize on All Souls Day. And for the whole month of November, right up until this year, the 30th November, we look at the salvation of souls, and we focus on those who have gone before us, as the liturgy tells us, to prepare for our own death, so that we may stand before the Lord and be welcomed into His heavenly kingdom. God bless you.